when it comes to that. The one thing that I do predict is to be a good father to my kids,
right,
and a good husband to my wife and to my family, and to assist in any way. I leave that up to God.
Okay.
God is going to give me a push one morning and say, Lewis, why don't you do this, that, or the other. Right now, as I sit in this chair, I have no goals. Well, not ideas. I have no goals towards that. I'm the neighborhood councilman. I got the highest vote in Sylmar. I've accomplished a lot in Sylmar as a neighborhood councilman. But in terms of a bigger picture, right now, as I sit here, no.
You haven't given it much thought?
No. And my wife would probably not want me to go there either, to be honest with you.
Okay, yeah, your goals. Well, back to your goals.
My goals, to be honest with you, is I like the fact that I live the life that I live, the way that I live. I like the environment I live in. I like the fact that I could do whatever I want at any time. If I want to jump on a plane right now and go anywhere in the world, I could do it.
Right.
In life, one of my goals probably is I want to retire someday at a beachfront property and just watch the waves crack at the end, and go to my kids' school and help them go pick a college, help them progress, and meet, spend time with my grandchildren, with my wife, and travel the world and help people, give back to people.
That's a full life, and it's a nice goal. It's a good dream. But on the way up, I know you always have people in your consideration too. So
Absolutely.
that makes it real beautiful. You say your oldest is 15?
My oldest is 15. Her name is Mirage.
How's she doing?
Mirage is doing great. She's very smart. She's very bright. She's strong. Different personality than mine. A little more quieter. I'm the type of person that will plan things out that I know I want to do, whereas it doesn't work for a lot of people. For example, Mirage, she's the type of person that at the age of 14, she turned to me and said, Dad, have you ever just jumped in a car and decided to just go somewhere without having it planned out?
Not having a plan, right.
And I'm not that kind of person. I plan everything. I organize. I'm structured.
Well, God planned the universe. He did things in decency, and it says to do things in decency and in order. And in order to do things in decency and order, you have to plan it. You just, if you don't plan it, your life is in shambles. You told me an interesting story, and then I'm gonna get back to the notes that you gave me. Well, when I first met you, you worked Secret Service for a while, right?
No, I did not.
Right.
I did some private work, but that was not.
That was not part of it.
No, that's not part of it.
I got the wrong impression in my own mind there. Okay, well, your claim to fame.
For me, my claim to fame would basically be working hard, good relationships, be close to God, be honest, treat all mankind equal, regardless to race, creed, religion, and sexual preference. I have friends in every denomination. I got very, very good Italian friends. I got very good, excellent Persian friends. My client base is 90% Persian Jewish, and I'm not even Jewish.
Let me ask you a question about that. When you say Persian, are you provide security for their businesses or something?
I provide security for their businesses. I provide security for their homes in some cases, special events, everything in Beverly Hills.
Right. Yeah, well, that's beautiful. You've made quite a mark with your company. Your company is well respected.
Thank you.
See,
Thank
that's
you.
From what I gather here, and sometimes we got sensitive issues in our life. One of the sensitive issues that is really affects me is to see so many of our young people not having moral and spiritual and consideration. See, when I was a young man coming up, I'm 73 now, so I came from the...
and you look 50, but go ahead.
God's blessed me, but I came from an arena in my youth where we would say, excuse me, thank you, may I, can I, pardon me. I'd
like to touch on that if you don't mind, Reverend.
Go ahead, go ahead.
You know, that is a sensitive part to me, too. As an employer, I get a lot of people who come to apply for jobs and they have no idea how to come into the job to apply, what to wear. I get guys coming in with jeans with their pants halfway down their rear, big white T-shirts, 2 earrings, a hat.
Yeah.
I mean, friends. The real important thing is family upbringing.
Right.
The parents have to really start looking and saying to themselves, you know what? I may have had a rough life and maybe I screwed up.
Right.
But you know what? I want to give my kids a better chance to have a better life. That is the problem. Until a parent looks at the fact that maybe they had an issue and they don't want that same issue to be in their kids' life, they're going to continue this circle.
Yeah, well, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
You have, I work with an organization called Black Infant Health Child Care, and it deals with young mothers that are from 14 to 17, and in that age group. And I found out with a couple of seminars working with those young female mothers that when they have children, 9 times out of 10, the father's nowhere present. You know, they're abandoned. The child and the mother, being at that young age, they don't have the knowledge of what we're talking about. They don't teach it in school, so it has to come from the home. But picture this: a young mother, 15 years old, with a child. She can't instill that type of knowledge that we're talking about because she don't know it. So it has to be taught. We have to start teaching it over the air, over the pulpits of our churches. Possibly they should have some type of curriculum in school to teach you about respect, you know, because that's...
I believe they do, but one thing I want to share with you, a very dear friend of mine who's Superior Court Judge, Judge Weiss of Beverly Hills, who's been my mentor, sort of like my dad, away from my life in New York as a kid. He asked me one time, we were sitting in the Friars Club in Beverly Hills, and he said, Louis, what is your goal in life when you work hard? And I said, I want my kids to have a better life than I had.
Right.
Now, that goes back to what my original statement was to you, Reverend. A parent has to look at their life and say, hey, I made a mistake, I did this wrong, I did that. I don't want my kids to go that route, so I'm going to do better things to give my kids a chance to have a better life. For example, you know, my mother used to tell me about, you know, Section 8 and all that. Not that I'm against it,
I understand.
but if you don't need it, don't take it, because once that Section 8 goes out, then you have to ask yourself, okay, where am I now?
Right.
Now, if
do
you
I have
get
skills?
Do I have skills?
Right.
Or have I been collecting a check all this time? Now I don't have it no more. Now I'm left with my hands saying, what am I going to do?
Right, right.
So I think there's, like you said, an educational process, Reverend, but most importantly, parents have to really start being parents. Morals, values, look at your kids' notes, look and see what kind of homework they're doing, look and see if they're doing it right. Go to teacher-parent meetings, get involved with your schools of your kids. My wife does all that, bless my heart. I don't have the time, I'm busy working and building the future, but my wife does all that. She looks at the homework every day. She goes to the meetings. She calls the teacher. She talks to my son. These are things you have to do.
Become involved.
You have to become involved. If you don't, your kids are being raised by the streets.
Right.
That's the answer.
Right. I had an unfortunate incident in my life. I'm raising 2 grandchildren. One is 13 and one is